Ah, hi, everyone. I think we're here. That's what I said up there. I think it's working. This is just the plain Facebook Live. I had some software that I was going to use to show you some things because it could switch back between the camera and the screen, but and my screen. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working. I couldn't get it to connect. So I guess I can see comments here. So if you're out there, leave a comment, say hi, and I'll say back to you, hi back to you. Sorry about the technical difficulties, and I don't know how I'm going to show you what I need to show you. But anyway, welcome. This is my first official Facebook Live video. Uh, and if you're on my mailing list, which I think a lot of you are, I sent out an email telling you what we're going to do today. Got a little flashing thing here saying 1 minute and oh, hi Penny, how are you? Good to see you. So glad you could show. Let's see. Uh, so if you can't make it today, if it all goes well, the video will be up for a while. Hi Crystal. Thank you for coming. So yeah, I don't know how long things will last on Facebook Live. Ah, thanks. I'm fine, except for the software glitch. I'm trying to think of a way to work around it, and there just isn't one. Well, I'll just put a link, I guess, in the comments when I get to that point. So I've had a busy morning, and I'm, as you know, working on the 14th Miranda and Parker book. Ah, hi Gloria, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. So I'm going over my list of my notes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Book number 14. I know everybody who's read through 13 is really excited. We're shooting for the end of the year to get it out. And I do have a title for it, but I'm not ready to reveal it yet. I'll reveal that in an email a little later. A few weeks. Sometimes when I write, I get a title right away in my head, and other times I don't get it until halfway through. So, but this one I've got a title for. Oh, hi Emily. Just started the first Miranda and Parker mystery book. Very good. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy that. It's the one in Las Vegas. They have a lot of fun out there. Exciting stuff. Yeah, exciting things coming up in book 14 and 15. I will reveal this, and I have set it to just a few people, but number 14 is going to feature Mackenzie. So I'll let you think about that for a while. Okay, so, all right. So I promised you a reading from someone else's daughter. And actually, I recorded this earlier just to test it out to see if I sounded all right. And I guess it was passable. So I can find where I wanted to. I was going to read from chapter 7. So I have to take my glasses off. All right. Now this book is also an audio, so if you want to hear a professional reader read the whole book, Kristen James is fabulous, and just check it out on Audible. I've got links on my website. All right, so here we go. Chapter 7. The heavy door clanged shut, and the guard shuffled away. Miranda stared at the concrete walls, the iron bed, the dirty toilet. She'd been locked up before, a night or two in the slammer for disorderly conduct, which she deserved. Her arrest, followed by community service, after she took revenge on the courts. But never for anything like this. Desperate for something to smack, she grabbed a flimsy pillow off the bed, gave it a couple punches, tossed it back on the dingy blanket. Didn't help. She flopped down on the thin mattress, her body aching from sheer weariness. She ran her hands through her thick hair and wished for a rubber band to pull it back. Her head pounded with the charges Lieutenant Erskine had rattled off in the interrogation room. Trespassing, assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, kidnapping, murder? She wiped her face with her hands. How could they charge her with murder? She was innocent. She stared at the bars. Innocent people got charged with crimes all the time. A rich girl had been killed. It was in the news. This was a high-profile case. They needed somebody to blame. She had no one to vouch for her, no character witnesses. If the cops in Atlanta weren't too picky about details, she could end up doing life, or worse. She rose and paced to the wall, pressed her face against the damp, hard concrete. Frustration erupted inside of her. Damn, she banged her fist on the cinder blocks. She rubbed her arm. It still hurt from being bullied by Officer Reed. She squeezed her eyes shut. She could still feel the weight of that poor, dead child in her arms, smell the damp decay on her body. Her mind raced. That girl couldn't have been Amy. The dark spot on her neck wasn't a birthmark. Or was it? Doubt stabbed at her heart. If they convicted her for murder, she might go to her death and never know. Old memories flashed in her head. That horrible day she woke up and found Amy gone. Leon's thick knuckles against her face. The violent slam of the front door. The soft coldness of the snow against her cheeks. Her old life. Her old self. The weak, sniveling woman she'd struggled to escape for 13 years. She'd made herself strong and fearless, but she hadn't done much else with herself. A real career, a family, they weren't for her. But would her life end like this? She banged her fist against the cinder blocks. Damn, she yelled, wishing she could knock a hole in the stones. Damn. I don't think pounding will bring down that wall. With a gasp, she spun around and saw the figure standing at her cell door. The crazy investigator in the tuxedo. Annoyance fisted in her belly. What the hell are you doing here? Visited you? He grinned at her with his two gorgeous looks, exuding that confident ease he seemed to carry with him even into a prison. He said he was going to see the DA. Must be a fast worker. She bared her teeth. Get lost. Sexy laugh lines formed around his eyes. First my friend Hosea tells me to go to hell. Now you tell me to get lost. What have I done to deserve such warm greetings tonight? Miranda curled a lip. You showed up. He chuckled and casually rested an expensive leather-shod foot on the lower rung of her cage. I have a job to do. He was the best, the woman at the bar had said. You're investigating the murder. That's correct. His handsome steel gray eyes shone like the sharp glint of a magnum boring into her as if he could read all her thoughts. Her secrets were none of his business. She made a circle with her finger. Well, Mr. Fancy Gumshoe, you can just turn around and go back where you came from. I don't have to talk to you. He shrugged. Of course you don't. But I thought you might like some company. Company? That was a good one. She put a hand on her hip and glared at him in disbelief. A few stray wisps of his styled hair fell flirtatiously over his forehead. making the air suddenly crackle with the raw sensuality of a sophisticated Southern male in a fine black suit. He shifted his weight, making the well-formed physique beneath the elegant cut of his fancy clothes all too evident. You think I want company? He wasn't getting any more out of her than the cops had. Wouldn't someone to pass the time with be more pleasant than being alone? His smooth tone dripped like sweet molasses. She smirked out loud, like visiting a sick aunt. Here's a news flash. I wasn't born yesterday. She took a step toward him. And here's another one. I didn't murder anybody. So why don't you go out and find the real killer? She pointed down the hall. He studied his fingernails a moment. You needn't be so defensive, Miss Steele. I might be able to help you. Help her to the electric chair. So that's the excerpt. And I know you've all read that before, but that's one of my favorite parts of Someone Else's Daughter. All right, so now it says 7 comments. I need to scroll down. Yes, so strange hearing this with an American accent. Yeah. Ariel, hello. Ariel can't hear it? Oh dear. A little late. I'm sorry. I have no idea how the sound works. It might be your computer that you have to unmute the sound. I don't know. I'm so sorry. All right, so let's take care of this other glitch. And what I wanted to show you with the that's not the right one. This is the right one. I am having, and I don't know, I guess you're watching me. Well, I can't see myself when I do that. All right, I'm going to put a link in the comments. And if you want to go there, this is my new store, swag store. It's called Linsey Swag Store. And I have a few items. I have cups, and I have our mugs, really, 15-ounce mugs, necklace, one hoodie, and a t-shirt, and a few other mugs with various things on them. One of them has the quotation I just read. I don't think pounding will bring down that wall that Parker says. And there's various and sundry other things. So what I was hoping to get from you was quotations from Someone Else's Daughter or from any of the other books that you would like to see on a mug that I could put up on the store. Oh, Anne Marie, hello from Kansas City. Hi, glad you can join us. So if you missed any part of it, there will be a replay and I will send out an email. I just scroll down. Oh. Bye, Emily. Emily had to go. All right, you can see all this on the replay. I am probably going to figure out my software and come back at some point. It won't be announced, but just check the website. Or maybe I will announce it in an email. And show you the store. And so put it in the comments, the quotations you'd like to see. The mugs come in black or white. The t-shirts I've got in black, white, or gray, because there are other colors, but it doesn't go well with the color of the text that I've got there. So my contest, which I promised that there will be prizes. Whoever comes up with the best ideas for the swag, I'm going to pick 3 people, and you can get I will send you a free copy of Someone Else's Daughter, the paperback, the real physical thing. Or if you'd like one of the other books, just mention which book you'd like. So once I pick the 3 winners, and the very best one, in addition to a book, will get a mug. So does that make sense? I hope it does make sense. I hope it makes sense. So I know you're going to need some time to think about that. You can come back here and add comments later. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. Nope, that's about it. 16 minutes. That wasn't too long, was it? Okay. So thank you all for coming again, and I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to do these a little more regularly. And again, if you missed anything, oh, hi, Gwyneth. Yeah, the snake one was a little creepy. Number 14 is coming next. And if you didn't, Gwyneth, if you didn't hear what I said about it earlier, you can watch the replay. And thank you all very much. And camera's up there. If I don't look like I'm looking at you, I'm looking at myself. Picture myself, so I know I'm holding my head right. Okay, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is in your part of the world, and I'll see you again. Until then, happy reading.